You always have a lot of time during high school and don't know what to do, but you want to make money. Meanwhile, don't want to obtain a 9 to 5 job. You're at the right place. Here are 3 side hustles that I value the highest that is easy to do while you are in high school. Number 1, dropshipping. The reason I value dropshipping as the highest side hustle that you could do in high school is because it's the easiest and the quickest way to make money while leveraging with just such a little fun. In dropshipping, you don't typically need to open up a physical location. Rather, you just need to build and design an online website. You save a lot of time, a lot of labor, and a lot of money. When it comes down to a high schooler, you probably don't have much fun to use. That's why dropshipping is valued as number 1 side hustle for all high schoolers. Here are some of my past experience you should hear about. The main concept of dropshipping is basically to sell information differences the customer don't know. First, you need to identify a product that is highly valued and have a high volume of a market. Anytime you see on TikTok market, Instagram ad, many of the newer trend toys, they often sell really good in dropshipping because they're often popular and it's hard to find. You need some sort of monopoly item. Next, you need this item to be really popular or else no one's gonna buy them. So after you identified the item, you need to then set up your store and everything. Some of the recommended site I would use is Shopify, WooCommerce, and trust me, e-commerce has always been on fire. It's the future because it's technology and you always have to keep up with future. After identifying the product, you would need to find a supplier meanwhile you're setting up your website. To keep everything going smooth, I would suggest using Shopify because it's the easiest way out. After you find your supplier, and everything is up on the site, next is the most important thing. You need to make sure your marketing is set up correctly because the whole process of dropshipping rely heavily on marketing. With the right marketing funnel and a good customer journey map with a right item, your chance of flipping a small amount of money to a ton loads of money will be a really high chance. Some of the key factors you need to know is identifying your opponent. Your enemy, which is someone else that is selling the same item, could often outprice you and take away all your customer. In this case, it's really important that you have the correct target audience and the right people that you're selling your item to. You will need to know why you're selling it, who you're selling to, and why people need to buy your item. That's when it comes to the point where you need to make sure your item is a monopoly item, which is unique and different and outstanding. Although everything I said above sound easy and simple to do, make sure to always do diligence. You never know how much marketing fund you would need to spend for advertising your product and testing it out. Some of the mistakes I made on an early stage was I was focusing so much on finding the right product and less of the marketing. Then later on I realized as long as I target the specific person or the specific item that is needed in the market, that will guarantee me a higher conversion rate rather than selling an item that I think everyone would buy that is competitive. Dropshipping isn't always about making all the money in the world. Sometimes you might just lose some in the beginning, but you always gotta trust the process. Therefore, its number 1 value is dropshipping. That's the highest chance to leverage your small amount of money into something huge. Meanwhile, the work and effort and money you need to put in is less than owning an actual store. But always remember, dropshipping sometimes isn't building up the brand or building up the sales, but branding will keep you survive for the long term. Number 2 I got on the list is freelance service. In freelance service, you will need to tap into your skill, offer your freelance service to client either online or physically in real life. Whether you're creative, a writer, or a tech-savvy individual, freelancing allows you to leverage your skill, provide your talent on a flexible schedule. First, it's important for you to identify the skill you have that you could freelance on. For me, throughout my high school year, I was heavily focused on marketing. Simply what I done was going up to small business and asking them, is it possible for me to become one of their social media person? I was simply going from a freelance person into actually landing a job that they pay me with wages. Some of the other free skill that I've done before was use my photography skill, taking picture for people that participated in school event or sport event. Then later reaching out to those people and sell those photos because a lot of people want a picture of themselves and post it on social media. Throughout this process, you could also market yourself. When people post you, they give you credit because your work is good and identified. Slowly, it goes in a snowball effect. As more picture you taken, more people you helped it with, that's how you build up your small community. And some suggestion I have here is to build up your portfolio. Definitely have an Instagram account. Always use social media as your platform to spread your freelance service. I mean, that's the way how people get to know you. You need a place to prove that you had client and a place to showcase your work. And in many cases, I know you're always going to be busy in high school. There's a lot of spare time, for example, after school or before school or even during school. Definitely should take advantage of the timing. Sell out your freelance service. Other way would be using third platforms such as Fiverr, Upwork, or any even online Facebook community. Personally, I think freelancing value at number 2. This is basically the cheapest way for free. You just need to invest in yourself. You get to learn the skill, you get to use it on someone else, you get to generate your income. Definitely more of a manageable service you could do throughout your high school year to generate a side hustle income. Lastly, number 3, I would simply call this selling hidden treasury. There's always many of thrifting store around you, which you never thought about or even pay attention to it. Simply just need to go find those items and put them on sale. You could even go out to a yard sale and grab some item that you think is valuable and use your marketing skill and promote it on the internet, such as social media platform or any reselling platform. Generate profit. This is super simple and is budget friendly, which are perfect for teen that doesn't have much money or time. You could simply just finding one small item and sell it each week. For example, I went to a thrift store. I found a long sweatshirt like this, but it's already used. I could simply buy it back for like $10, maybe flip it to maximum around like $30. There's no limit how much you can sell it. It's all about how you selling it. So if you could simply just make $5 for a week, for a month you make $20 as a high schooler. Just simply selling one item and taking it at like side hustle. One of the reselling I done throughout my high school year was reselling sneaker. If you knew Sneaker Bot, you probably hated me a lot. I was one of the person that runs the Sneaker Bot and got over 1,000 of shoe every drops. It was over COVID time during the quarantine. Just simply reselling sneaker, I made like at least 40K above as a high schooler. Taking that as a side hustle. It was just simply every morning I wake up, turn on the bot before the drop, get everything set up, have my community and group help me out with all the code and everything. Simply borrow my parent credit card. Luckily, shout out to them. Copying the shoe and reselling at a higher price. They're in Facebook community or StockX or Go. But I know now that in thrift stores, there's always hidden gem. You just really got to take the time and finding the right store to go dig for the gem. Some of the tips I want you to know here, simply having the right photography, taking the right picture. Because many times people buy an item by judging its cover. Just like judging a book by its cover. Or even more easier, simply sell it to your classmate. I mean, you always remember high school is your platform. You could simply sell it to your friend because you're making that information difference. You're making that money between them. And with this last choice, it's more sustainable and affordable to begin with. Simply could just start up with $10 and slowly build up your portfolio, which is slowly starting with one t-shirt and later turn into 10 t-shirts. You just simply need the snowball effect, but it's always going to take time. And patience is the key in all 3 side hustle. Without further and said, if you like video like this, comment down below, give me a like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want next.